Reckful said that being poor is good and it's better than being rich. He's autistic. Okay, I'm going to say better this. Let me get into like our pseudo Dr. Phil therapist mode. Okay, it actually completely and totally. If you understand who Reckful is, I think that what he says makes so much sense. The reason why he would say that. So there's two things going on. Think about Reckful's life right now, right? What is one of Reckful's big problems? This is only from the conversations I've had with him and have heard him talk on stream, so you guys probably know better than I do. But if you think about one of the big problems Reckful has right now with life, it's that Reckful has no goals and no directions and no ambitions, right? There's not like anything he's trying to achieve or anything he's trying to accomplish or whatever, right? So if you take somebody like that, Reckful getting more viewers on stream, getting another donation, selling another shirt, getting another $10,000 doesn't really mean fuck all to him. He doesn't really care about it, right? Because he just doesn't care about it, um, which kind of makes sense. And since he doesn't have any goals or ambitions, he has nothing to work towards, right? So if you consider that, if you understand that that's a subject, right, that's the person you're talking about, and then you take into account the fact that they've probably never been in poverty before, because from what I understand, he comes from a pretty well-off family, right? And obviously he streams, and I don't even know if he's worked an actual job before. Like, he seems like he's always been pretty well off. He has no idea what it's like to struggle under financial burden, right? Being poor seems like an exciting thing for somebody like that. You have a struggle to pay bills, the excitement of earning more money because the money actually means something to you, the opportunity to increase your social class. Like, to somebody who's stagnated in life and has no goals or ambitions, these things all seem very exciting, or something that gives you some kind of driving purpose to move forward every day, right? So I think that's when you look at like what, now I'm not saying I agree with anything he's saying, but when you look at the comments that he's made, I think that it makes sense that somebody like him would say something like being poor is more exciting than being rich, because he has nothing that he's kind of driving for right now, if that makes sense, right? Is Reckful even trying to do something to make something appear or happen, or does he just sit there all stream and be sad? Oh, I don't think he sits there all stream and be sad, but I think he clearly has like some depressive kind of shit going on. But yeah, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Reckful is a weird definition of being rich. What do you mean? He said he wants to get a job at McDonald's to experience it. I mean, I don't think that would help him though. What do you think would help him? He needs to talk to somebody. He needs to have like a real big like sit down and like. I feel like the problem is that this is all bullshit. Everything I'm saying is bullshit. But like, I think that somebody like that, two things has to happen. One, he has to realize that he's in an objectively bad spot in his life right now, which I don't know if he's made that realization. Like, in order to change a problem, you have to recognize it always. It's the first step, right? When people are arrogant or hard-headed or have a huge ego, this is why they don't make improvements, whether it's in video games or music or art or athletics. If you're too arrogant, then you're too stubborn to see a problem. If you don't see the problem, you can't fix the problem, right? So the first thing he has to do is consider, like, okay, well, this is an objectively bad part of my life. I need to fix it. And then he has to sit down and think about what he's going to do to fix it, whether that involves talking to a therapist or just spending a lot of time, like, actually thinking about it. Like, just being around people might help him. I disagree. I don't think people can help with shit like that. I think they can only, I don't want to say only hurt. That sounds really edgy, but it's too easy. When you're in a bad state of mind, it's too easy to surround yourself with toxic people that feed into that negative state of mind too much. Like, I think. Look at this video and the ratings reception. Oh yeah, like the poor thing. Yeah, I already saw it. I'm surprised he uploaded this to his YouTube.
It's just like, it's also stressful. It's like you're kind of like Blue in my head. It's like you make my life more interesting, but also shitty stuff happens. It doesn't have to be like that. I don't know, dog. If the human population held hands around the equator, a significant portion of them would drown. Wow, because they'd be in the ocean.
I mean, like, this is going to sound really autistic, but I'm trying to phrase this in ways that you guys can understand, okay? It sounds really autistic to hear somebody say being poor would be fun, but how many times have you guys all thought let's be fucking honest, that you want to be like a fucking DBZ fighter, or you want to be like fucking the Death Note dude, or you want to be like some kind of action hero or whatever, and you want to live the, you know, the hard life of being a knight or a samurai or whatever, right? We've all had these thoughts as children, right? Now, when a 12-year-old says like, I wish I was Naruto and I could run really fast with my arms on my side, and I lost friends at a young age, and I was a shonen warrior, when children say things like that, do you talk to the kid and you're like, now you fucking retard, you really want to live in an era where there's no internet, where you can't check Reddit, where you can't go on fucking the VG threads and make fun of streamers, and you can't do all of these great, you don't want to have normal healthcare and medicine? Like, how stupid are you? Well, no, you wouldn't say that, right? Because obviously that's not the point that the kid is trying to get across, that he wants to live in like a fucking feudal era bullshit where he dies if he gets like, you know, Ebola. You know, like, you don't want to think of some shit like that, right? They just want like they're just thinking of the excitement of things that aren't normal to them. That's more or less what Reckful is saying here, right? I want the excitement that comes along with having an indecisive life, of having to struggle and having something right? Because a struggle is something that's very easy to romanticize, because when you're struggling against something, you always have something that you're working towards. You always have something that you're fighting against, and ultimately, hopefully, you have something that you can eventually overcome, right? Struggles are very easy to romanticize, and people often do it, especially rich people that have never fucking struggled before, which I guess is somewhat relevant. So, like, I think that's where Reckful's coming from in this video, even though it comes off as super autistic. It's because in his current life, I think he feels so stagnated that having any kind of struggle would be preferable to just carrying on his current path where he has nothing to do, right? What kind of goals can Reckful set for himself? I don't know, dude. I need to make Monday mail, and I'm too fucking tired. This might be Tuesday mail this week. Fuck me, dude.